So here I am with part 2 of my real-time ride up Highway 105. So I hope you enjoyed that previous view of Short Off Mountain. Eventually this little shorter segment is going to resolve at sort of an overlook. I call them overlooks. They're really just wide places in the road where you can pull over and you can see the views, shoot some really nice pictures. Sometimes you have to but park and then actually walk around a little bit, sometimes out into the woods. And probably section 3 of this, I'll show you one of those areas where to get the best picture you might have to walk 100 feet or so down into the forest to get the best unobstructed shots of some of the natural beauty over to your right. So we're going to continue on up 105, and here in a minute we'll stop at a little overlook where we can see Lake James. So Lake James is a big man-made lake that is in McDowell and Burke County, and it's kind of the headwaters of the Catawba River, actually at the Linville River, which is what flows through the Linville Gorge. The famous Linville Gorge is what supplies that, and then Lake James empties into the Catawba River ultimately and goes down into the Lake Norman after a good ways. You still see bits of Short Off over there to your right, which is what I showed you there from the last stop. So yeah, this is beautiful. Still going up. Eventually you do sort of level off though, and we start actually going down just a little bit. There's a lot of down and up. This is probably the place you start seeing me go a good bit faster here, where we've hit sort of a level spot, or somewhat level spot. This was shot in, as I said in the previous video, in January of 2014. Now you're going to see some cars now and again in a minute at campsites, and crazy people. Maybe it's not crazy. I just never have been one of those people that likes to camp out when it's freezing cold. This was one of those days when it was probably 28, 29 degrees. The night before this, it had been down in the teens, and people will actually go up and do their winter camping. And there are many, many little primitive campsites off to the left and right. I bet they're very pretty here where this car's parked. That is probably, either someone might be hiking there or there might be a campsite. Some of these you'll see, there'll be a campsite, you'll see a tent. That one might just be for where a hiker has departed. There are lots of trails there. Somewhere along in here, I think there's a campsite there. But somewhere along in here is where what they call the Rock Jock Trail is. That might be a good little bit further there, and it's probably not more than a half mile from here though, which is what a lot of people say is one of the most beautiful hikes in the Linville Gorge area. And it comes off of Highway 105 rather than, I might have said that wrong. It might be more like about a mile and a half from here. We're not too far though, seriously, from Wiseman's View. So this next one you'll see that we have this beautiful view of Lake James, and then not too far past it where I cut off here, you'll see some of the other mountains. There you can see a little bit of Lake James from the video actually. I probably stepped around behind my truck to shoot this photo. So once again, shot this photo with I think a Nikon D5100, pretty sure. And there you go, I'll widen out so you can see the full expanse of what's there. So let's pick up on video 3 and see a bit more.